page 30, Out of the Mist. 4/4 time, no sharps or flats. Is it C major or A minor? Well, look at the last measure. You're here. Take out the B. It sounds A minor to me. I'm going to guess that's probably what it is. He has a lot of dissonance in these pieces, so we have to kind of go through the dissonance to figure out what the key is sometimes. Right hand first. At the beginning, a B and a C. And they're suggesting 2 and 3. The key word there is suggest. Fingering is a personal thing. My style I teach in these is different than the style of fingering other people teach. So you can't say it's got to be fingered this way. Here, they're saying here, I find it easier to do 1 and 2 because if you look in the third measure, there's a G. See, I'm always looking ahead on this fingering. How can I finger something now to help me later to get ready? And that G tells me if I finger 1 and 2, I'm in position. I can finger those first 3 measures in the same hand position. I don't have to move until the last measure. I got to move. And I'll talk about that in a minute. So I would say 1 and 2. Rhythm 1 and 2 and. It's on the end of 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and now you come out 1 and 2, 3. Whether you use third finger or fourth finger on the E is up to you. You can come up here and then scrunch up fifth finger. You don't even have to do that. In the third measure you're here. If I go here, I can do third finger, bring second finger. I mean, I'm covering all of this in one hand position. I don't have to move around. I mean, it's fun to move around. You're welcome to if you want to. But I think I will do it this way. I will stay in the same hand position. And the last measure, it will be a 3-2-1. So that first line is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and rest. That B is tied. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then 2 and 5 on the AE here. And that's tied for a couple measures. And then I'd lift up. You can do 2 and 3 here. If you want, you can do 1 and 2. I still like 1 and 2. You're going to lift up anyway. So this is the last 2 measures of the second line. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then just reach out. It's an octave between this B and this B. You reach out 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I do a 4 and a 2. So again, I'm covering all of this whole third line in one hand position, not moving around. And then next measure is 1, 2. Then you can lift up if you want and come down. It's the end of a phrase. There's no phrasing in here, but take my word for it. It's the end of a phrase. 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and then at the end you lift up and come up. Which fingers you use for those last notes is up to you. I tend to go, I don't want to move any further than I have to, so I use 4 and 5. Don't have to, you can do whatever. I mean, it's very quiet there. You have to play it super soft. So whichever. Left hand. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and reach down, fourth finger. I use second finger on the C because I got a D coming up. And then second line, 3-1, 4-1. Now you can 5. See, I'm just saving that the bottom note. I'm fingering it that way. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3. And again, I'm using third finger on the A's here because I'm going to go back down. And then here, third line down, third measure, it's a little easier if you go ahead and scrunch up and use fifth finger on that A, because you gotta come up here. They're saying 3. It's okay. But I prefer just reach up here, and I can do that. So I just reach up 1 and then cross over 2. As again, there's just different ways of fingering things. You have to decide what you like. If it's different than the book, pencil it in and stick with it. Going on, I do fourth finger on that. And they want thumb on the F. Just if you're using fourth finger, just cross under. It's because it's an F natural there. And the last line, first measure, that's an F natural. Because that sharp there is only good for that measure. So it's an F. And this way you're in position to reach back down here to here. So forth. Put the hands together. What do we get? Notice we're using third finger here at the beginning of the left hand. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and in the left hand there, watch out. Articulation wise, you're pretty much slurring most of this together, pretty much legato. You can lift up between the slurs in the right hand. And the first couple measures, or the last 2 measures, the first line you hear. Really sure why it's slurred that way. The pedal's going to cover it up, but it's like in the second line, 1 and 2. See, in my mind, that's choppy. I wouldn't like that. I would connect all of that together. 1 and there. So I don't know why the slurs are the way they are. It just appears to me in this case and some of these that you can ignore these slurs. Just find the phrases in the music. What sounds like a musical sentence and connect it according to the sentence. However, the pedal again is going to cover it all up anyway. Dynamic wise, starting out moderately soft at the beginning, and that's the right hand. Keep the left hand very soft. And then the second measure you crescendo up to a moderately loud. That's just a little louder, not a lot. That's in the right hand, that's moderately loud. You keep the left hand soft. Come down. A little louder. Softer. And do the dynamics. I don't know that I need to demonstrate all of them. Just follow the dynamics. I suggest you get to know the piece. And you're not thinking about fingering the notes and rhythm or nothing. And you're listening to the music. Let your feelings help you with the dynamics, is what I'm saying. You can use the dynamics given as a guide, but you got to feel them. So you may alter them slightly. Speed-wise, well, it's about a march tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So, about that. Eventually, you play it slow and gradually work it up. Then we add the pedal. They're saying legato pedal throughout. You're changing at each measure. Okay. We want it kind of blurry anyway. It's a mist. It's a blurry thing. You see at the end of the first line at the pedal thing, it has an SIM. That means simile, which means continue doing it the way you were doing it, which means you're going to change the pedal at each measure. That's okay, we can do that. So I'm going to push the notes down first and then the pedal. And I'm going to change the pedal after I play the notes in each measure. Something I would like to put in some phrasing, but I'll just stick with the markings they've got, and we'll leave it at that. After you get to know the piece, if you want to alter it a little bit, the pedaling, whatever, go for it. Well, the fermata at the end, you just hold that out until you're tired of listening, just let it die away. But you can do, if you want, lift the keys up. Don't lift the hands up, just the keys up, and then slowly lift the pedal up, and the sound should die away. You hold it out as long as you feel it should be held out. With a metronome, I just double the value and I'll hold it for 8 counts instead of 4. I like to play this with you slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do dynamics, but we'll just go really slow just to make sure you got the notes. It's kind of hard to hear the notes in something that's got a lot of dissonance in it. Are you really playing those notes? If you have to, just do it one hand at a time so you can hear clearly what that hand is doing, to help you, because the important thing is, are you playing the same notes I'm playing when I'm playing them? Is what we're after here. So I'll give us 4 counts. Let's try it together. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2